Hey guys, I am super happy to have the opportunity to take you through the business case. In a way, this is the peak of the course, but it is simply the application of everything you already know. Here's the problem. You are given data from an audiobook app. Logically, it relates to the audio version of books only. Each customer in the database has made a purchase at least once. That's the condition to be included. We want to create a machine learning algorithm based on our data that can predict if a customer will buy again from the audiobook company. The main idea is that the company shouldn't spend its advertising budget targeting individuals who are unlikely to come back. If we can focus our efforts on customers likely to convert again, we can obtain improved sales and profitability figures. So, our model will take several metrics and will try to predict human behavior. A side effect of our study is that the model will show us which are the most important metrics for a customer to come back. Having the data and the technology to identify prospective customers creates a lot of value and growth opportunities. It is one of the better applications of data science. All right, here's our data. This CSV file is included in the lecture resources. When you download it, the column headers won't be included, as we want no text in the data when training the model. Each row represents a person. Let's go through the columns and see why each one of them could be of use. First, we have customer ID. Here, ID is like a name. Whether the ID is 1, 2, 3, or John 1, John 2, John 3 makes no difference. As no information is contained in the ID, we will skip it in our algorithm. Okay, next we have book length. The overall book length is the sum of the lengths of all purchases. We also have the average book length. The average book length is basically the sum divided by the number of purchases. So, if somebody has bought a single audiobook, the average length and the overall length for this person will be equal. All right, there is no need to include the number of purchases, as it is contained in the two variables we just described. Then we have the overall price paid and the average price paid. These variables were constructed in the same way as those for book length. The price is in dollars, although it makes no difference to the algorithm. By the way, the price variable is almost always a good predictor of behavior. The next variable is review. Review is a Boolean. It shows if the customer left a review. This is a metric that shows engagement with the platform. Our assumption is that people who leave reviews are more likely to convert again. Then we have review out of 10. This is a different variable. It measures the review of a customer on a scale from 1 to 10. Pay attention here, as we will show you the first pre-processing trick. Here it comes. Logically, we will only have a value for people who left a review. By examining the table, we quickly see most people leave no review, as in most marketplaces. That's bad for our dataset and bad in general. Side note, if you like our course, don't forget to leave a review. Just saying. We have decided to leave the reviews posted to the platform and substitute all missing values with the average review. The average is 8.91. For our machine learning algorithm, 8.91 would mean the status quo. A review bigger than 8.91 would indicate above average feelings, while a review less than 8.91 would indicate below average feelings. Notice I am saying feelings. Review is yet another variable that is an average. A customer may have bought 2 or 3 books on the platform. The average review she left indicates her feelings towards the content on the medium or better, the medium as a whole. An average of 2 out of 10 indicates the person did not have a pleasant experience with audiobooks, especially when the average is 8.91. It is logical that such a customer is not likely to buy again. All right, done here. Then we have total minutes listened, which is a measure of engagement. Next to it, we have completion. Completion is the total minutes listened divided by the total length of books a person has purchased, assuming people don't re-listen to books. Both variables are self-explanatory. The next variable is support requests. It is numerical and shows the total number of support requests a person has opened. Support is anything from forgotten password to assistance on using the platform. Once more, this is a measure of engagement. It may turn out that the more support a person needed, the more he or she got fed up with the platform and abandoned it. Or he or she likes it so much that by using it, stumbles upon different issues, unlike someone who never opens the app. Finally, we have a variable measuring the difference between the last time a person interacted with the platform and their first purchase date. That's yet another measure of engagement. The bigger the difference, the better. If a person engages regularly with the platform, this difference will be bigger. Thus, the customer is likely to convert again. If the value of this variable is 0, we are sure the customer has never accessed what he has bought. Or perhaps he did it on the first day only, so it is unlikely he or she will convert again. All right, these are our inputs. It is always necessary to ask how the data was gathered. This piece of information is valuable for any analysis. The data was gathered from the audiobook app, as we said. It represents 2 years' worth of engagement. Now, we are doing supervised learning, so we need targets, right? The targets will be a Boolean. 1 if a person converted, and 0 if he or she didn't. But what does it mean to convert? That's the big question here. We have taken an extra 6 months of data after the 2-year period to check if a user converted. So, we took 2 years and 6 months of data. The first 2 years are contained in the dataset you have here. The next 6 months will show us if a person converted. In other words, if he or she bought another book. And if that happened, we can count them as a conversion, and the target will be 1. Otherwise, it is 0. That's how we created the targets column. 6 months sounded reasonable enough for us. If one buys no new audiobook in that period, chances are they've gone to a competitor or didn't like the audiobook way of digesting information. Okay. That said, our task is simple. Create a machine learning algorithm that can predict if a customer will buy again. This is a classification problem with 2 classes, won't buy and will buy, represented by 0s and 1s. In the next lesson, we will outline the solution. You can try solving the problem on your own or check out the next few lessons. Thanks for watching.